All right, Walking Dead issue 3, guys. Third issue of the Walking Dead series. Again, we're in Walking Dead Compendium number 1, which gives you issues 1 through 48. We're on issue 3. Rick makes it to the camp and reunites with Lori and Carl. And Shane. He gets to meet everybody in the camp. He already met Glenn back in Atlanta. He meets Alan. He meets Dale up on top of the iconic RV. Uh, how much cooler can you get camping out in the middle of zombie apocalypse? He gets to meet Amy and Andrea. This is Donna and her twins. I don't know if they were in the original show or not. Let me know in the comments below. Shane is introducing Rick to everybody. And Rick and Lori are talking about, what's happened up till then and stuff like that. And how um, they left him at the hospital because people said they were going to stay, but they ended up not staying, or maybe they ended up turning into walkers. Who knows? Rick kind of questions the security of the camp. And in the final panel here at the bottom, we can see that the shock is finally setting in on Rick. Him, Lori, and Carl all sleep in one tent. He wakes up in the morning, shrugs it off. Shane says they're going hunting today. Meanwhile, in the RV, Rick, I guess, is getting all cleaned up and stuff. Dale tells him that Shane's not probably the best person in the world because he's not glad that Rick survived and is back or is at the camp. He was never at the camp to come back to the camp. So Rick has blinders on and says, "Oh, Shane's my friend. I don't have anything to worry about. Yada yada yada." And then we go outside, and Lori and Shane are talking, and it starts. Dale planted the seeds in Rick's mind about something going on between Shane and Lori, which kind of makes sense. She thought Rick was dead. Honestly, probably thought Rick was dead, and it's in the middle of the world going to hell, so things happen. All right, and they're gonna go out hunting, and of course Rick puts on his hat, his iconic hat. There we go. Carl and Sophia are going to go play somewhere. And Lori says, okay, we're going to go wash some clothes, yada, yada, yada. And so Donna is complaining about doing the laundry while the men go off hunting. Obvious feminist. And Lori tells her it isn't about women's rights, it's about being realistic and doing what needs to be done. Which, if it were me, I would not do my laundry in a river. I would bring water out of the river to do it. For a simple fact that if you wash clothes, make a whole bunch of suds, and they go downstream and somebody sees them downstream, then that means there's a camp upstream. Just a little security lesson for you guys there. All right. Um, Kids are playing, talking like kids do, and Sophia's asking if her dad comes back. And Carl says, ain't your daddy dead? And then, it sets in on little Sophia kind of hard. Uh, Death really hits kids hard. Trust me, I know. So Rick and Shane are in the woods hunting. They're talking. They're talking about Glenn, how he's insane for going into the city and getting supplies and stuff. And then they see a walker, chomp chomp, eating a deer, right? And of course, it's feeding, so the walkers are a little more um, oblivious when they're feeding. And Shane's asking about the safety of the deer meat now that the walker has partially ripped its throat out. Yeah. Meanwhile, back at the camp, we have the girls that are doing laundry. Again, right in the river, not the most secure thing to do. All right. And Lori is going through talking about how she initially met Rick. Pretty cool stuff. And then while they're traipsing back from the river to the camp, a walker spies them, but the girls don't hear, probably because they're talking amongst themselves or whatever. On the top of the RV is Alan on guard duty. He wants Donna to move so she doesn't get caught in the shot, but she's paralyzed with fear. Dale comes running up and just lops the head off the thing in one blow. That must be one sharp axe. Um, or maybe the zombie was just rotted or something like that. Don't mention it. Kids come running up, make sure everybody's okay. Dale said he was chopping firewood and he heard screams. The zombie, the walker, is his head is still alive because you haven't really messed the brain up. Meanwhile, at the same time, you got Shane and Rick in the woods. They're talking about, what could they do? And Rick's like, I ain't eating that. And God only knows what diseases that thing carries, right? And then the zombie realizes that they're there, gets up to attack, and Rick takes his hatchet and plants it firmly between the walker's eyes, cleans his axe off. They hear the shot, which is Alan disposing of the walker head. And Rick is worried about Lori. He just got back with her, just found her. He doesn't want to lose her. And then they're making disposal plans for the walker itself. And then you see Lori and Rick. Rick's like, everything's okay now. Shane is looking off in the distance, and he does not look happy that Rick is back. And that's where we're going to end issue 3. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Again, we're seeing how the comic book and TV diverged from each other. The comic book came first, obviously, but the television show, they diverted from it. For instance, Daryl Dixon isn't in the comic book. That was a total creation of AMC. So AMC could cash in on the merchandising for Daryl, and you could see that they've done that, and they were successful with doing it too. Um, we don't see Carol in this issue, do we? We see Donna, but we don't see Carol. That's kind of weird. Maybe she shows up in the next issue or something like that. Guess you'll have to tune in and see. All right. I didn't say this before because I want to get right into the review here. Is like the video, subscribe to my channel for more content, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. We're going to be getting into issue 4 next time, obviously. Thanks for viewing. All right. See you later. Bye.